This is Austin St. John, Jason, the original Red Ranger. You are watching the Morphin Network.
This Morphin Network video is sponsored by Ranger Stop Convention and Ranger Stop and Pop. Have you ever wanted to see all your favorite Power Rangers together in one epic convention? Go to Ranger Stop! Ranger Stop and Pop. March 5th to the 7th, 2021. Atlanta, Georgia. Ranger Stop 8. November 11th to the 14th, 2021. Orlando, Florida. Get your tickets now.
All right, who done it? It was a Dagger Boy, because Dagger Boy's been acting really. Ryan's been acting really sus lately.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think it was Ryan. I honestly think who's that new broad we brought into the squad? Who killed that dude? Reika. I think it's Reika. Reika's been acting very sus.
I say it's Reika in the South Pole with a book.
No, that because like where were you? Weren't you in the laboratory or something like that, fixing that one thing? I was in the deck trying to get us out of an asteroid belt.
Yeah. Okay.
This truly
He's playing Among Us. I'm playing Clue.
And happy New Year to everyone out there right now. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Writer Time Podcast. Henshin, happy New Year. I'm Leo. This is Mike. We are the Writer Bros, and we are reviewing this past Sunday's episode of Kamen Rider Saber to bring in the brand new year. Happy New Year.
New arc, new year, old us.
And same old stuff. We would have done it on Thursday, but Thursday was New Year's Eve, and we know a lot of you guys are already out and stuff like that. So we just want to do this very special episode on a Saturday. But for those of y'all who are watching this on YouTube and Facebook, please stay tuned around 6 o'clock because we will be doing a brand new episode of Ranger Podcast Live. And yes, we know what's been going on. We know what's going on with Netflix. We're gonna talk about that, but we're not here to talk about Netflix. We're here to talk about the sus one, Reika. So, this new episode of Kamen Rider Saber, I have to say, better. Much better. You want to start the season right?
Improvements.
You want to start season off right? We play Among Us.
Yeah. Yo, I think it's kind of ironic that in this past year, in a world of darkness, confusion, and calamity, nothing brought us closer together than stabbing each other in the back.
Right? Like, low-key, like high-key, I really do think the people who wrote Kamen Rider Saber were playing Among Us before writing the show. Oh, man. And it's always the silent one who's the most sus. Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's get started though.
As Dwight Schrute would say, it's not the person you most suspect, and it's not the person you least suspect. So I've narrowed down so it's the person the middle suspect, and that's why the killer is Reika.
Pretty much. So let's get started. So we begin with a recap on everything that went down in the last season. Toma beat Caliber. Mr. Daichi gets stabbed by Destra, and the last thing Toma remembers is that Daichi tells him, "Hey, yo, there's a traitor among us in the the traitor among you in the guild in the sort of Logos. Be careful, dead." And so next thing you know, the Majid. So you have
like Reika is having a suspicious phone call saying everything is going according to plan. Now that the person with the sword of darkness is destroyed, now we can find the sword of light.
This just became Soul Calibur. this legit just became Soul Calibur. Because
Soul Calibur.
So now we can easily say that the writers of Kamen Rider Saber were also fans of Soul Calibur and Among Us, because we're transcending history in the world, and because A Tale of Souls and Swords are eternally retold.
Mhm.
Like, dude, this legit is Soul Calibur. This whole season is Soul Calibur. Everyone was trying to take out Soul Edge, and now we have to find Soul Calibur, aka the sword of gold and silver, which we'll talk about in a minute. Anyways, so everyone is chilling. May's playing Rochambeau with Sora, and she's like, "Yo, listen, we've all had a rough week and a half or something like that, and let's bring in the new year. Let's do some cleaning, and we're gonna eat some soba." And Rentaro, soba's delicious. And because Rentaro doesn't know a dang on thing about earthly culture, because he's been a swordsman for years, he wants some of that soba. He wants a little bit of the soba.
A little bit of the soba.
A little bit of the soba.
Yo, what if Chris Jericho had like a long lost Japanese twin brother? Kind of like Jonochi Hill, and like, yeah, and he's like, I want a little bit of that soba.
Want soba? Look at this. Shout out to AEW and rest in peace to Brody Lee. Anyways, so everyone's going out. They finna go do their thing, right? And obviously, Ogami and Tetsuo go with Sora. They chilling. Rentaro's going out to grab some cleaning supplies and all that stuff. And we have Toma's happy, and then he realizes what Mr. Daichi's saying. He's like, it can't be that bad. Then we see that May is a writer at the whole editing, that newspaper stand, that magazine stand she keeps trying to get manuscripts from Toma from. And her boss is like, hey, yo, your last editorial piece was actually pretty lit. Congrats, you passed. But while she's talking about that, earlier before May interrupted her, she's seen something outside of the sky. And the Majid had said, well, considering the fact that Earth was exposed to the wonder world for so long before Toma destroyed the Book of Truths or the Book of Destiny or the Book of Mormon. I don't remember what it's called. Yeah, the Book of Contents. Everyone's exposed to it. Now they know what's going on. Everyone's going to go mad. Phase 2 of our plan is in works right now. You'll find out what we're talking about in a minute. So May, and you find that May's boss loves camping. She likes the great outdoors. She's into nature. She doesn't
camping trip.
Yep, she ain't about the life of the concrete jungle. She ain't about these streets.
Yeah, but of course, while May's right before May comes back to Toma's, he gets an unlikely visitor.
Yes, our favorite half Filipina actress, who we now know her name in the show is Reika. So Reika, who's part of the Southern base, is trying to recruit Toma. Is like, I'm here to talk to you about joining the Avengers Initiative. And Toma's like, nah, I'm good. I'm just gonna stick with the Justice League.
Yeah, so she wants him to join the South Pole immediately, but he's like, no, I need to stay in the North Pole with my friends, because friendship, family, Shonen Jump.
It'd
be funny if Toma's sword becomes more powerful, like Lionel's sword, where he's like, friendship, riders, ho!
I would die if they do that. Kamen Riders are loose. Kamen Riders. Anyways, so
Kamen Riders.
So May talks to Toma because she realizes what's going on, because Toma's actually told May. He didn't tell anyone else what Daichi had talked to him about. And she's like, do you really believe him? It's like, kind of. It's like, but what about Kento? And it's like, well, I'm not disagreeing. He was pretty sus himself, and what he did to Kento and what he did to everyone else, including almost killing Rentaro, we can't account for that. That's unforgivable. However, remember, Kento's dad betrayed the guild and Mr. Daichi had betrayed the guild, but he did it for one purpose. I don't have to betray the guild. What I can do is get my friends, and friends, 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 friends,
Yo, you and I need to finish watching In Betweeners because like you were only like 2 episodes into it.
Yeah, and so no, but on the real, Toma's like, look, I got my boys, I got my homies. We're gonna do this the right way. I'm gonna need their help, and we're gonna do this together. And we're gonna find all the answers we need that what happened to Luna 15 years ago, and where in the blue hell is friggin' Kento? Because even though we all know Kento's soul is in Caliber now, but meanwhile, would you like to talk about this? Go ahead.
Yes,
I'll talk about the fight. Go ahead.
You think it'd be as easy as Toma say? You know, it's like you're playing Among Us, and you say, okay, let's divide into groups of 2, do our chores together, and if any one of us dies or partner has to obviously be the killer, right? Well, it's never that simple. Everyone goes off on their own, and of course, while Rintaro's trying to do the New Year's lottery, roulette thing. You know, because that's part of New Year's tradition in Japan.
Yep.
He's met up with Reika saying the Magids have captured Sophia, and I'm like, well, here's what I want to know: since when did they finally start caring about her? Because she's been gone for 5 episodes, and no one even brought it up.
Hold on, no. On that, I can in defense.
May brought it up.
There you go.
May brought it up. No one else did. It's so weird how the one character we hated the most in the first few episodes is at this point being one of the most competent characters in the entire show. No, don't get me wrong. This episode's not as bad as the last few, but
I just want to say right now, I never hated May. I didn't.
If you watch Kamen Rider Double, you would hate her too at first.
Once again, I never. You can go back and watch the previous episodes of Ride Time Podcast where we talk about the Saber. I never said I hated May. Just saying, I love May.
Right, and at the same, and then out of nowhere, she shows up in front of Oguma and Tetsuo, and
Reika, she did, yeah,
and she says, "Oh, guys, you should know, Toma betrayed you guys." They're like, "What? No, Toma? He's not the traitor type." Well, Daichi was not the traitor type, yet he was still a traitor. Juzo was not the traitor type, but he was totally a freaking traitor.
And for somehow, some way, Reika has managed to suss everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would have thought, because what I was thinking was going to be that Reika was going to recruit Rintaro, and then Rintaro was going to, and then she was going to have Ren, Tetsuo, and Ogami do her dirty work and stuff like that. And it'll been like a civil war where Rintaro's doing his thing, Toma's doing his thing, and the other 3 are like, "Oh, Toma, you a traitor," and all that stuff, and they all get mixed up in the thing. That's what I thought, but it turned out to be something a little better. And so Toma and May are going somewhere, and all 4 of them are like, "Hey, yo, Toma. So here's the thing. Because what's going on with the base, we're with the southern base for right now until further notice." He's like, "All right, cool. Well, why are you telling me this?" He's like, yeah, we don't need your belt back and your Wonder Book."
We decided to do our favorite impressions of movie exclusive Kamen Rider characters, and today we all agreed that we've all much like how Big Bang Theory everyone dressed up as the Flash, we're all gonna dress up as Kamen Rider Saiga. So give me the belt. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna say this in English. Give me the belt. Those never watched Paradise Lost. Yes, Kamen Rider Saiga speaks English in the entire film.
Wait,
And
is
you'll
that
have
the
three
one?
lines.
Is that the one who is that the Kamen Rider movie where he was like killing all the Kamen Riders?
No. That's the one where the Orphanox take over the world.
Which one's that one? Yeah, I keep in mind. Don't know.
It's the one for Fies.
Okay. Anyways, so Tom was like, excuse me, like, yeah, we want your book. He's like, why? He's like, well, you talked to Daichi before he died. You're sus, so we're gonna need that book back. He's like, hold up, whoa. Who told you I was gonna betray? And he's like, listen, I know there's a traitor. He's like, hold up, you the traitor, Tom. He's like, whoa, hold up. How am I the traitor? I literally just saved the entire world, dog. What do you mean I'm the traitor? Listen,
I was cleaning the air vents.
Like, I don't know what you guys have been smoking, but I'm telling you right now, I ain't a traitor. You know me. I'm about this life, fam. I ain't no traitor. Ain't nobody got time for that.
John Cena. I'm
Thank you.
You might not see me, you might not hear me, but I'm a perma baby face, okay?
I am the baby face of the whole show. So was Aruto, and look what happened. Who the hell's Aruto? That's not the point, Toma. The point is, you sus, homie. And he's like, so we don't need the belt back. And he's like, yeah, no. Listen, there's something going on in the guild, and I gotta find out, because if I find out, I'll find out what happened to Luna, and I can keep my promise to Kento. Rintaro ain't having none of this. Rintaro is the most
family. Wait,
Shonen Jump, fairy tale, One Piece scream more. Not Rintaro. Ren does it. Ren in the most Naruto freaking Bleach scream goes after Toma, and they fight. Then Rintaro jumps in the fray. Then Tetsuo and Ogami jump into the fray, and everyone is jumping Naruto like if he was getting jumped to a gang. It's pretty brutal. They're all like, "You a traitor." It's like, we know who told you. The Southern Messenger told us. Like, wait, hold on. Did you say the Southern-based messenger? It's like, yo, she came to me earlier saying the exact same thing. And he's like, you're a liar. What? And this is the part where I should have been like, this is the part where Toma should have demorphed and be like, hold up, power down, timeout, offside, foul on the play, red card, yellow flag, hold up. If we're talking about the same chick from the Southern base, she came to me earlier telling me to join her. And when I said no, can you put two and two together? No, Toma doesn't do that.
No,
and everyone still thinks he
just gets washed by all four writers.
Everyone, and excuse my language, everyone beats his ass. That's what happens. They whoop on Toma.
And of course, Reika's like, yes, everything's going according to plan. Yeah. And immediately after, you see the match, it's like they're watching the fight in the viewing globe, and they're like, yeah, everything's going I can't do an impression of this character, but everything's going according to plan. By the way, I want to be Father from Kids Next Door. Like, you know how like at the end of like every other episode from season 2, they're like when they roll the credits, he's like, everything's going according to plan. Again, I wish I could do Father from Kids Next Door, but that's just one of the voices that's just outside of my range.
When I can't remember. When was the first Kamen Rider? It came out in 71, 73, 79.
70. Wait, the first Rider came out in 71. 79 was the year when the reboot came out.
Execute Order 1971. There you go. So
I've been doing this for 15 years.
And so Ren is about to kill Toma. Well, you're killing or power him down. May, who's been in the background the majority of this fight, and is not trying to like pull Rintaro to the side or Ogami or Tetsuo because she's
conflicted because
she's conflicted in shock. I'm like, May, You became freaking Oracle from Batman. You're the Oracle from Batman. You became Kamen Rider's version of Oracle. You've been the voice of reason, especially in last week's episode. You mean to tell me that you can like pull Rentaro, who you've been trying to throw a back foe since episode 2? You've been trying to get you some Rentaro. You can pull him to the side, be like, hey, yo, Rentaro,
she got Tone up here and Rintaro down here.
Right here, yeah. Anyways, but I'm over here like, hey, yo, you should have pulled Rentaro to. All right, people, this is the first one of the year. I know it's storyline wise, and I understand that they for story they did it. But people, you already know what we finna do. The first one of the year.
Oh boy,
where is it? Oh, here it is.
It is Jim Cornette alert!
For anyone who is not a wrestling fan, Jim Cornette has put his thoughts on things so many times about in the realm of professional wrestling. So we might as well do it for Power Rangers, Kamen Rider, anything related to Super Sentai Tokusatsu. May should have pulled Rentaro to the side and been like, hey, yo, Rentaro, I don't know who told you what, but that person's acting pretty sus.
Yeah. But instead, what she does is pull a Joey Wheeler and tries to like block the shot, like remember like when My Valentine was fighting a Melvin Ishtar, and yes, I call him Melvin, and then Joey gets in the way, and then the Pharaoh gets in the way, so then they're double in the way. Well, that's what May does, but last second we got the mysterious person from Avalon to show up. And
the same one who's been with freaking what's his face the entire time. Yeah. Tassel.
And who's this guy? Well, his name is Yuki, and he's got the Psycho Driver. And by Psycho, I mean Great Light, not, we're the Psycho Rangers. We're faster than you, smarter than you, stronger than you, but we're evil. I love the Psycho Ranger arc. Like that arc gets 10 out of 10 because I could like rewatch it over and over again, never get bored. But yeah, so he shows up and he's like, behold, the power of the greatest sword in existence. The most wonderful sword in existence. And yes, he's got the Psycho Driver, which and the book he uses is called the Gold Weapon and the Silver Weapon. Kinobuki to Gin Nobuki. And you're probably wondering, what kind of badass rider suit does he get?
John Cena's.
He does. He literally turns into a sword. Okay, we had Ryder. Okay, he's not the first Ryder to be non-humanoid in his base form. We've had a rider who turns into a motorcycle in his base form. And I don't mean a rider who has like a ranger suit and then turns into a cycle, Axel. No, I'm talking about a rider whose base form is a motorcycle. He goes straight to the final form, right? But how do we one up the weirdness here? He turns into a sword, like a reverse Zuban. Sentinel Knight, for those of you who don't watch Sentai. Zubon. And let me and everyone's like weirded out for like, wait, this guy turns into a sword? Wait, what's going on? And of course, he just washes all four of them in a single slash.
Mm-hmm.
And we barely see it because he's so shiny.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Pretty, shiny.
You're beautiful like diamonds in the sky.
Yeah,
I love Rihanna.
So, and of course, like right before he gets, right before Toma gets screamed, he makes a realization that the actual traitor is from the South Pole because of what they said that Reika said and what Reika told him. and what Daichi told him, and like Toma, Sherlock Toma, or Sherlock Holmes for those of you who like Beast Morphers. I rewatched that villains episode the other day. It's elementary that the traitor is clearly from the South Pole. Clearly, since Sophia disappeared around the same time Reika showed up, Daichi said that someone convinced Juzo to become a traitor, and of course he was branded as a traitor in kind. And now I'm being branded a traitor after being told that I was supposed to go to the South Pole and refused to. Clearly, the suspect is none other than Reika. J'accuse. But of course, after the rest of the game get washed by Kamen Rider Psycho, he's a sword. They disgruntledly retreat, and of course, Yuki, who is the mysterious man, says, "It's good to see you again, Toma. I told you I'd be back. I'd be back."
I know. I think I might know who it is too. You want to know who Yuki is? And I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench into this. Remember the episode where when Toma went to go grab the King Arthur book?
Yeah.
He was the light that was talking to Toma.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was wearing the hood.
Oh yeah. Wow, that's stupid of me. I'm sorry. Like we need to have that one. We need to have that one video. It's like, no, you don't say.
or it's like, oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I wonder if he has anything to do with old Ben Kenobi.
Anyways, but no.
Yeah.
And so before the episode ends, we see that actually Tasselt says, Toma and his homies are broken up. But where is Sophie? We know where she is now, but how are we going to get her back? Right before the episode does end, though, we see that May's editor or her boss is now, going camping and everything like that. She still sees the Wonder World, but she's like, I must be tired. And we see one of the dudes from the Majid go up to her, Magenial, and throws the white book that he had in his hand at her, and she turns into a Sasquatch.
A Yeti.
A Yeti Sasquatch. They're both in the same family. But
cryptozoology is weird. Secret Saturdays, ladies and gentlemen.
And the episode ends with May's boss becoming a Yeti. And we have to tune in next week for a brand episode of Kamen Rider Saber to find out what in the hell happens next.
Yes.
And great episode.
Back to our normal time slot.
Yep. Good episode, I will say. But Mike, go ahead. Do likes, dislikes, and overall score? Go ahead.
This episode is definitely an improvement from the last 5 episodes. Because things are actually happening. I repeat, things of substance are finally happening. Of course, there's still some element of stupidity where it's like, remember how last week we talked about how if Daichi and Juzo had the same goal, or they were both planning on betraying sort of Logos, Daichi may as well not have killed him, and they would have just betrayed them together. Kind of similar thing here, where it's like, hey guys, Reika did tell us to arrest him on sight, but he did save the world. Maybe we should question him before we turn him in. At least hear his side of story. Am I right? Am I wrong? What do you guys think? But no. It's like, and they would just keep fighting instead of stopping to listen. It's like, wait, it was the South Pole. Oh, come on! What a really dumb excuse is that?
No, in other words, you know what they said. Because I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Rentaro was the one who brought that up to Mr. Ogami with to Buster. He's like, don't you think we should question Toma before we go and arrest him? I say, why take a chance? I had to throw the casino reference out. I'm sorry, I had to. I say, why take a chance?
Yeah.
And then they whack him.
The choreography is pretty well done, and it was really horrifying for me to see, Toma, the new guy, go 1-on-4 against these guys. But it's also fascinating to see like what kind of legendary character Yuki is, so that he was able. Not only does he turn into a sword, but he single-handedly just destroys the other 4 riders like that. And like you'd think it would be kind of like Laser, where it's like, Toma, I need you to help me out here. And he's gonna turn into a sword, and then Toma's gonna wield him and stuff. But no, he's just floating there, which is interesting. Now, of course, this also feels like a reverse Ninja, where instead of having a person sitting inside a mecha, sitting inside a mecha, sitting inside a mecha, like you got a giant mecha holding a main character as a sword, and he can now hold another main character as an even smaller sword.
Oh my god.
Like, I know the meme is out there somewhere.
It is.
Yeah, so this episode's definitely an improvement. Still had issues, but at least it makes me feel more invested into what's going to happen next. So I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
So this is what happened.
Why take a chance?
Oh, I do. I want to watch Casino now. Anyways, so what I like, I think the only dislike I have is just the logic to like, why is everyone being sus to Toma all of a sudden when they could just question him or ask him questions or something like that. But to be fair, that was my same issue with Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, where Kit Taylor should have just asked freaking Len about what the heck was going on instead of going with Drew, or Adam asking everyone what they laughing about instead of going full carry and freaking heel turning and almost killing Len. But that's a different story for another time. What I do like, I really like the choreography and the fight choreography in this episode, especially how it was like upside down and it goes back, like it's spinning around and stuff like that. I like the dialogue. I think I always have liked the chemistry between Toma and May, because even though May does seem annoying when it comes to Toma, she does care about him. She wants him to, just do right and stuff like that, literally and figuratively. I really like that. I like the story that they're going with. We can make fun of the whole story all we want about how the Kamen Riders just become Among Us, and it's true. Saber has now become Among Us. It's a tokusatsu version of Among Us, but I'm not complaining about it. I really like Kamen Rider Psycho. Hopefully, at some point, he has a physical form, because I think his form would be really, really cool instead of us having a John Cena form, because we literally cannot see him. But
we did have scans of like having like a silhouette rider suit holding him. So I'm thinking like him being just a sword is probably like his gold form, and the silhouette is probably his silver form. Maybe, I don't know. I certainly think it would be kind of interesting, because X8 did have a form where it's basically Super Mario Brothers, where like he literally splits into 2 halves, and like each one's like independent of the other, and like one's like orange, the other's green, kind of like Mario and Luigi.
Yes.
So like I'm thinking like something close to that, maybe. Although I'm thinking it's more like the movie The Librarian, where Excalibur is completely autonomous.
yes, or I'll tell you like this: maybe Psycho has a suit form, and it's kind of like translucent from the boys. You can't really see it.
Right. It's the power of his light. Kind of like Toru from My Hero Academia.
Yes, just like Toru, she's translucent too.
Yeah.
But overall, like I said, I like this, and I'm actually excited to see what goes on now, because now that we're going with an arc of which Toma's whole, thing on how he beats the bad guys is because of the power of friendship. because the power of friendship and like in most Shonen Jump shows. But with that being said, I gotta give this episode a big 9 out of 10 as well. This episode was pretty good and it was a great start to the next arc of Saber. So, and you want to know what's good? You know what's really good? We didn't make not one single Dragon Ball Z reference. We're starting off good.
And this doesn't count as one. We're just mentioning that we didn't make a reference.
No, we didn't make no Dragon Ball Z references whatsoever.
I'll say this though. So I get the feeling where like next episode of Saber, like in the opening narration by Tassel, you're gonna hear the previously on soundtrack from Kamen Rider Day where it goes like. It's like,
Anyway.
it's like Honore Saber!
Anyways, guys, so yeah, good episode, and considering the fact that the new episode's tomorrow, I actually might live tweet my thoughts about the next episode tomorrow when it airs. But till then, guys, y'all know what time it is. For the first time this year, because we are in the new year, it's comment section time! Yeah! Guys, welcome to the YouTube and Facebook. How you guys doing? Hopefully everyone's having a great day so far. Once again, Happy New Year to everyone out there right now. It is the year 2021. Let's make the best of it, and let's just get everything back to normal. If you are new, please be sure to like our Facebook page and be sure to follow us. If you're on YouTube, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to hit the bell icon because YouTube's algorithm is really, and I do mean really janky. So with that being said, let's get started. Aiden, what's up, Aiden Steele? So should Jet Icarus. Oh, I think he's talking about how
reference.
Yeah, Noah Cummings. Hi, what's up, Noah? Is all
Hi,
you,
Noah.
Mr. First, Mr. Worldwide. Noah, how you doing? Fox Ranger. Hey guys, hope you all had a happy New Year. Thank you, man. Greatly appreciate it.
That profile pic is really creepy.
That's kind of creepy. Dare I say sus.
That Z-Putty in the White Ranger suit. Like I know there was that episode of Mighty Morphin with the Mighty Morphin mutants where like all the Rangers except the red one have like putties like take their forms, but still really creepy. Like as a Z-Putty as the White Ranger, although it's kind of appropriate if it's a Z-Putty. Nice.
He also says my favorite Power Ranger fan series is Power Rangers: The Unworthy. I haven't actually had the chance to watch it. I've been told a lot of good things about it. My favorite one so far is Power Rangers Shattered Past that Crimson Studios is doing right now. I really like that one.
My favorite would probably, like, honestly, I would the one series that would always have a special place in my heart is the parody by the Chai brothers. I don't know if you've seen that one, but like that was like one of the earliest parodies of Power Rangers, and it was great. You know, it's like they took footage from Green with Evil Part 3, White Lightning Part 2, and Ninja Quest Parts 3 and 4, and just add their own footage to it. This is like the OG, and I love the jokes they made. It's like call on your ninja powers, and then when it gets to the Black Ranger, it's like I am the frog. Wait, what the? And then the White Ranger's like, I am the Falcon. Boy, I sure am glad I'm not the frog.
I'll say this: one of my favorite Power Ranger parody videos. We're talking about fan-made stuff now. Do you know that YouTube channel Raka Raka? Those dudes from Australia.
Yeah.
So this video got banned from YouTube, and the only way you can watch it is if someone like puts it on like Facebook or IG. It was when the Power Rangers fought Cookie Monster, and Cookie Monster washed them. I'm not going to tell people what happens to the Rangers, but Cookie Monster washed the Power Rangers, and it was funny. I'll say that right now.
I know that. I know it's not fan made because it's actually look who it is! Special guest appearance.
This is my Sora. The other her sister Sora too.
You should have the sword like on your back.
Hold up, give me a second. Where is my sword? Hold up. Oh, here it is. Yes, people. For those, real quick, for those y'all who want to know, because I know some people had asked me on like Twitch about Pocket Dimension. This is my niece that I use for the show. Okay, so say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
There you go. All right,
Yeah.
go to the room. Uncle's working right now. Okay, I'll come back in a minute. Okay.
No.
Oh, come on, come on. I'll be right back. Okay. Can I come? All right, fine. We'll sit here and read comments. Okay. We'll read comments.
Okay. So I know it's not a skit, but it's not a fan-made skit, but it is the late night skit. There was an Australian late night comedy show called Full Frontal, and I love how they had a parody of Power Rangers. And my favorite line was, "I now summon the Box Monster from the planet Box."
No.
Anyways, all right. Next. Let's see it. Hey, I got finish my show. Can I come back in a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Close the door.
No.
Go close the door.
No.
Wait. Hold up. Here. Take this. Go. There you go.
No, I want this. I got pizza.
Okay. No. All right. Here. All right. Next comment.
Okay, I'll get to the next comment. Okay. Fox Ranger asks, what is your least favorite Power Ranger, Super Sentai, and Kamen Rider series?
Power Ranger wise, well, I'm not the biggest fan of Mega Force. No, but it's kind of grown on me a little bit. So it's like Operation Overdrive. I was not the biggest fan of Operation Overdrive, but watching it, it's grown on me. But still.
For me, well, obviously you've only seen 2.5 seasons of Kamen Rider. Okay, so for me,
Give me this.
my least favorite season would have to be Super Mega Force because, again, while I love the cast, it does have a lot of problems, mostly with the whole translation thing and pacing. Let's see. My least favorite Kamen Rider, definitely Ghost. It's just like after episode 13, like we don't even know where it's going anymore. And like if it was just Showa, I would say X is my least favorite just because the second half is a little bit like too episodic. The first 60 episodes of X were great. The rest of it was too episodic, but I would still say my least favorite Kamen Rider is Ghost because of the fact that it just loses direction after the first arc. Let's see, my least favorite Sentai, it's very, very difficult to pick one, but actually it isn't too difficult. It's Ghost Sager because it's super boring.
Hey, I love Ghost Sager. Ghost Sager's lit. Oh my god. All right. Edward Sanchez, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Edward, dude. It's great to see you, yeah, man. Happy New Year. Let's see. L'Oreal Harris. Hey, L'Oreal. I still don't forgive Kenzan for all the stuff he said about my Toma. Oh, wow, we got a Toma fan. Gotcha. I would like to see Toma get an apology from that Kenzan pipsqueak.
I agree with you.
Speaking of fan-made Power Rangers, I hope you guys like our Tokirger adaptation. Would you like me to send it to you? Yeah, sure. DM us.
Sure, yeah. Send it to our private to our Morphin Network Messenger page, and then we'll share it to the rest of the squad. And yeah, we'll check it out. Honestly, Tokirger is a little underrated because like people make this assumption that like, oh, it's like rainbows and imagination and like a hand puppet monkey. So it's like, oh, it's too childish. But no, actually it's a pretty dark season. Like even like the first 2 minutes is really dark.
Exactly. I've been told a lot about Tokirger. And keep in mind, I've made fun of Tokirger. I'm like, okay, it's Power Rangers trained force. Let's do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, and last but not least, Captain RG. If Power Rangers stopped using Super Sentai footage, only use America, would it be better or worse? I don't know. It honestly does depend on studio execs and who's in charge of it, because A good example is VR Troopers. VR Troopers had made its own footage and stuff, like the whole virtual reality thingy
Yeah.
sections and stuff like that.
Yeah, they even made repainted Red Ranger suits.
Right. And also, Beast Morphers for a cool minute didn't use Super Sentai footage. The only time you saw Sentai footage was like the Megazords. It wasn't until like later on throughout the season that's when you saw more and more of the Sentai. But they were able to encompass it with the American footage, kind of like how Time Force did, where Time Force, the episode where Eric becomes the Quantum Ranger. Like they were able to, like, you know, fuse both the Japanese and American footage of Time Force together, and it looked really, really good. I don't know. It honestly does depend on the executives and what they want to do with it. So
Right. Yeah. Like honestly, like a fully American Power Rangers, it could work as long as, you know, you keep the Ranger suits from whatever Sentai it's adapting. Because honestly, for me, the appeal of Power Rangers is that it's adapting Sentai, not copying, but adapting. Like it's making its own version using these suits and these giant robots. Like that's why for me, like I made the whole like fit about how like if they stop adapting Sentai Power Rangers ends with Dino Fury, because like that's kind of how it feels to me, because that's what made Power Rangers so charming and appealing. And again, I don't mean copy pasting. And the thing is, like, as long as they use the suits, but like fully American footage with those suits, including the giant robot fights, I'm down for that. I am completely down for that. But I do want to see those Sentai suits being adapted.
real quick, I want to go back to Fox Ranger's question about least favorite season for Kamen Rider. Only because I grew up on it. Mask Rider is not that good. And anyone who tells me, "Oh, it's for nostalgia," I'm like, no, I'm doing wrong. Everyone who was on that show got paid, and you know, I'm always, by all means, get your paper, boo boo, get your paper. You know, I respect the hustle. I am Zika.
No, I've met some of the cast members from Masked Rider, and heck, I'm even friends with one of the voice actors from that show. But mostly because he was in Power Rangers. But you know, but as an adaptation, it wasn't that good. Like honestly, like Ishinomori on his deathbed said, "I am revoking your rights to adopt Kamen Rider, and I am taking the rights with me straight to hell."
grave. Also, I know this is not an adaptation, but Saban's Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation. Why? I'll leave it at that.
You know, Ishinomori did make his own Ninja Turtles comics, so you could say it's an adaptation.
Oh my god! And L'Oreal, because we're gonna head out in a minute. Our title for Tokyo Drift adaptation is Power Rangers
Imaginatrix.
Imaginatrix.
You know, if I could Jim Cornette your title, I would say Imaginatrix, because you know, like they're like train tracks. You know, yeah, that's just me. You know, that's just me. You know, obviously, I'm not going to be your executive producer, so you don't have to take my word for it. But I'm just saying, if I would tweak the title just a smidge, I'm definitely open to seeing your adaptation. And you know, and if you want to hear my thoughts on it, I'd be more than happy to give an honest and fair critique of it. But yeah, we should have a Tokyo adaptation. Not gonna lie, and I don't like how people are saying, well, you know, trains are not part of American culture. New York, Chicago,
L.A. Have you been? Have you? Mike, I got this. Anyone who lives in LA, anyone who has ever had to go to a convention but did not want to pay that $30-$40 near the LA Convention Center, everyone knows that everyone and their mamas will park their car at the North Hollywood station. If you are in the valley,
next to the Universal Studios,
either that one or at either the Universal Studios, Universal City, the City Walk station, or North Hollywood station. Everyone and their mamas knows, but we will rather pay that $3 to leave our car there and pay that and buy a Metro card for like $5. So in total, you're paying $8 to go all the way to the LA Convention Center. Don't play me. I'm not for play. We all know trains are big in American culture.
And also, you know, it's like, and also maybe if you actually adapted ToQger into American televisions, maybe kids will have a newfound interest in trains that they didn't have before. Like in Kiva, like every episode begins with trivia related to music. What if you had every episode start with trivia related to trains? It'll get people interested in trains. Heck, it's thanks to Transformers that I have a huge fascination with J700 series bullet trains.
Exactly. So yeah, like we can do a adaptation of ToQger. Now, whoever's writing it, that's a different story. But with that being said, guys, hold on.
We got some more comments.
Captain RGD says, "Anime Power Ranger or Kamen Riders, will it work? Depends on the studio. Depends who's going to do it. We've discussed this before. I would like to see an anime Power Ranger show, but it honestly does depend on who is doing it. I can see Hasbro doing it, or I can see the animated studio that did Legend of Korra and the Voltron show. I can see them doing that. So there you go.
For me, it has to be its own original thing. Like no bringing back like Rangers from like the TV shows or the comics. It has to be its own unique thing, you know, kind of like Garo the animation, you know, like it's completely independent from both Garo TV shows, and or like I haven't seen Gridman 4S, but I've watched the original Gridman. I've watched Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. I love Tim Curry. But yeah, like if they do it in an animated version, for me, it would only work if it's its own thing, like your own unique Ranger suits in its own self-contained universe.
But yeah, and for Kamen Rider is already look the direction Kamen Rider just went with 01 and Saber because those are the only two I've watched outside of Kuga. No. You want to know why we want to animate Kamen Rider? Because Kamen Rider is already a freaking anime. Just saying. Everyone, I'm not going to make their anime references, but you know what I'm talking about. And the live action ones already do have animated shorts. Like you got SD Rider, you got the Imagine anime where the characters from Kamen Rider Deno do like funny skits and short stories. It's kind of like Pop Team Epic, but with Kamen Rider characters. Exactly. But with that being said, guys, we gotta head out because in the next hour or so, we gotta do a special episode of Ranger Podcast Live. Mike, where can the people find you, dog?
Right. Give me a second. You can find me on Instagram at chrono_justice_cosplay. And you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BrokenComics. Where later tonight, I'll be playing some more Kamen Rider Memory of Heroes on my Nintendo Switch. How about you, good sir?
You lovely people can find me on Twitter and Instagram at @TheReckless_Fox, YouTube Reckless_Fox, and find all latest game content on twitch.tv/RecklessFox, where later tonight, myself, Kabuto, and the rest of the Struggle Game podcast, we will be doing our first episode of the year of the Struggle Game podcast tonight at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, and we will be talking about more Cyberpunk because they're about to get hit with a class action lawsuit. But more on that later. With that being said, guys, thank you guys so much. This is the Rider Time Podcast, and it's time to take out some blades. Take it away.
Yo no Kamen Rider wa
Kamen Rider Blade. Kamen Rider Blade aired on January 25th, 2004 for 49 episodes.
Every 10,000 years, 53 undead representing different species fight in a battle royale to determine the dominant species.
In present day, Kenzaki Kazuma works for Board as Kamen Rider Blade, sealing the revived undead into playing cards.
However, when Board gets attacked by the undead, Blade must find out how two other riders were involved in the unsealing.
The four riders must work together to seal away the undead and ending the battle royale that could mean extinction for humanity.
4 6s. What you got?
Royal straight flush. Get your poker game right, and I'll see you on the next round. Today's Morphin Network video is sponsored by Ranger Stop and Pop, which is March 5th to the 7th, 2021 in Atlanta, Georgia, and Ranger Stop Convention, which is now November 11th to the 14th, 2021 in Orlando, Florida. Go to rangerstop.com for more info.